night flight to Cambodia with my old friend Al Morgan, who did great work there about 10 years ago. Here's Al giving the great Singapore Air hostesses a hard time. Time has passed, and now he's ready to see what he helped start has grown into. Something like 30 hours later, we arrived at Siem Reap International Airport, full of people and ways this could all be done better. Arn and Dekha met us. We all checked in where they always stayed, back in the early days of Cambodian living arts. And pretty soon we were out having dinner at another place with deep ties. It was great waking up in Siem Reap. We decided to go be tourists at Angkor Thom. Angkor Thom is the last of the great Angkors, as far as we know. The Khmers had about a 600-year run as an empire, and some of those years, especially around the year 1000 and the next few centuries after that, Cambodia had the largest and most advanced civilization on the planet. This is the Bayon, the temple area at the very center of Angkor Thom. Those faces. Bayon is a Buddhist temple. Some believe the faces are the king himself. Others believe they belong to a bodhisattva of compassion, Avalokiteshvara. Al with our van. Al being amazed at the Cambodian Living Arts office at Wat Bo, with old friend Song Sang. Cambodian arts and artists were almost totally destroyed under the Khmer Rouge. Al helped start an organization which has brought them back to life. The man he helped is Arn Chornpond. Arn survived 4 years of work camps and killing fields and somehow made it to a refugee camp in Thailand, where he was adopted by an American and went through high school in Vermont and college in Providence, Rhode Island. His main goal was always to return to Cambodia, find any surviving masters of the arts, which he did, and establish schools where the knowledge could be passed along.
Hello, my name is Dokdet. I am the owner of the restaurant right now. And in 2015, my ex-boss, she lives from here, and she busy with her work in Phnom Penh. So she sold the business to me. And right now I am the owner of the restaurant.
What is the restaurant name?
The Butterfly Garden Restaurant.
And so tell me about the kids and the butterflies.
We have, right now our restaurant, we are support the 2 kids, and they are always bring the butterfly for us. And we always send them to school and pay for their school supply, such as book and clothes. And sometimes we also buy bicycles for them, for the traveling to school.
The young man who owned this restaurant called the Butterflies Restaurant, I just talked to him, we just talked to him now, and I didn't realize that we knew him 15 years ago, a little boy working at this restaurant that were owned by Susan Hackathon, American's owner, who got many children from the village to catch butterflies, and they can make a little money out of that to support going to school in the countryside. That's why it's called Butterfly. They have a celebration every Thursday to release butterflies. And I'm surprised to have his name Dave. He called me and he remembered me. I don't remember because he was really young, maybe 10 years ago. And he said, I'm an owner now, so I'm quite proud and happy for him. And the tradition still go on with the butterflies children, that bring the butterflies here and made a little money and support their schooling. So now I'm quite surprised, and the restaurant now owned by a former workers, and the idea works. And I have to admire Susan Hackathon, who really sees something in somebody, especially the children here in Cambodia that needs job and needs to have a real bright future for them and for their own kids. And she's sort of saying, take it, and that's the way it should go. And I'm very happy to be sitting here eating his food, It made me so happy, so I hope Alan too.
The head monk at Wat Bo also knew Arn and Al from way back and loved their work. So he let us record the Pagoda Boys. Part of the reason I'm here is to explore new kinds of storytelling. So I also recorded the Pagoda Boys using my 360-degree VR video setup. That was all day one. On day two, we started in Siem Reap, then went out to a village where one of the masters lives, on Men, and also one of the young performers who I was hoping to record in 360 videos, which we did. And it became the foundation for everything good that followed. In the evening, we saw the Far Circus, riveting young Cambodian performers. That was the first 2 days, one great show after another. We had decided that day 3 would be another tourist day, starting with Angkor Wat. I was only vaguely aware of Angkor Wat until I started traveling in Asia in my 50s and 60s. So it was places like Taj Mahal or the Great Pyramids that occupied my abstract idea of most amazing buildings ever. Now it's Angkor Wat. For scale, it blows everything else away. At over 4,000 acres, it's considered the largest religious structure in the world. For style, of course this is a matter of taste, but the classical Khmer shapes and the overall harmony of the pieces in their setting make it my favorite. The 5 towers at the center, a quincunx, is just breathtaking from any distance or perspective. The architects and builders had perfected their techniques at this point in the empire and could work in sandstone rather than the coarser rocks like Laetrile. The backstory isn't bad either. Old King Suryavaman thought he was making a copy of heaven, dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu. But over the 12th century, the cultural environment shifted, and Angkor Wat became a Buddhist temple, which it still is today. It's also a great source of national pride and a growing source of revenue. A robust ATM machine is a gift from Cambodia's glorious past. But here is the part I would come back for over and over: the famous bas-reliefs carved into the inner walls of the outer gallery. It's basically a comic book, stories told through drawn figures, except in stone. The drawings are detailed and lifelike. They pull you in. The stories are easy to follow. And follow. Adding up all 4 walls, there's about 1/2 mile of graphic novel surrounding Angkor Wat. I won't be through reading for a while. We had some coconut, caught a second wind, and continued on to the East Gate, which we had to ourselves. Next, Top Room, which was underwhelming. Too much disarray, too many people, and not enough space for them to be in. We returned to Wat Bo in the afternoon, where superstar singer-songwriter Joss Stone was not dressed right for a temple. Arn tried to make it right and ended up losing his krama. Later, I explored Siem Reap some on my own, and had an excellent dinner at the Bugs Cafe, an insect bar.
Hello guys, my name is Davey. I run Bugs Cafe, so it's an insect restaurant. In this place we want to show that it's possible to make quality cooking with insects. It's a traditional thing in Cambodia. People talk more and more about it because it's good for health, it's good for the planet. There are many good reasons to eat insects, but it's always cooked the same way. You know, when you find some in the street, it's just fried and fried again. It's not always very safe, sadly. So we decided that it was possible to make something much more interesting with this kind of food. We hired a real chef first. He's Cambodian. He used to work for the Sofitel before. He's a fantastic chef. And we cook. It's a mix between Western and Asian cooking. We have burgers, soup, salads, spring rolls, woks, many different ways to cook all these, even desserts with insects.
And what are the main insects you use?
Well, we use spiders, scorpions, crickets, ants, silkworms, giant bugs, and grasshoppers. I love to say that. And it's cooked from the easiest way to the most challenging one. So
Okay, thanks a million. Okay, tell me that again.
For the spring rolls, we put two kinds of ants. We put some red ant and some big flying ant. Then, very good with this sauce, but be careful because it's spicy. Yes, that's it.
That's spicy?
Yeah, this one is spicy.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
My first bite of spring roll with ants. Dipping it in a spicy sauce.
It's good. It's good.
This morning, we completed my vision by recording Saray Mao at home in her village after seeing her and recording her as a performer. To be in this village, completely accepted, recording this new kind of video that is just great at showing a place. And all the equipment worked, nothing went wrong. I got every segment I tried to get. Anything not done well was a failure of imagination by me. But as it turned out, I did get what I needed. We had time to visit the remote Phnom Krom, an earlier Khmer monument high up on a hill with a view all the way to the Tonle Sap on a clear day. I got to work in my room on all the new media I had. It was all ready, almost time to leave Siem Reap.